Okay, so hi there, my name is Lorraine. I am of District 32 and I'm here this afternoon with Michael Deegan of Do Financial. We've recently been shooting the 6-part mini TV series around Business Doctor, educating local businesses and the wider public on some of the pitfalls of everyday businesses. So Michael, hello, welcome.
Hi Lorraine.
Hello. So before we go on, Michael, just give me a bit of insight into what do you do, what is Do Financial, and then how did that translate into some of your expertise and bringing into the show around systems and processes?
Sure. Okay. So Do Financial is myself and my wife, Leela Deegan, as business partners and operators in the business. So finance brokers operating in Applecross. We do everything from first home buyers all the way through to small business lending, through to cash flow coaching, through to self-managed super fund and corporate development. So yeah, quite a wide range there. Yeah.
You're the money man.
That's it. Yeah. So one of the big passions for us is it's not just about finding a finance solution for what people are needing to buy, purchase, renovate, etc. But it's really about creating a financial ecosystem for the client to educate and empower them, show them how they can actually get out of debt as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's all about bringing together the different financial services. So ourselves, working with the client's accountant, the financial planner. We've got other tools and programs that we use to really sort of educate the customer around their money, their finances, to help them have a better relationship with money. Because let's face it, everybody has a relationship with money.
Of sorts. Yeah,
of sorts. Yeah, that's it. So we sort of pride ourselves on asking some challenging questions so that customers are really, they have a full understanding of where they're at, and we can then help them get to where they need to be financially.
I'm just listening to finance brokers and financial advisors just through networking over the years, and us seeing how they interact with some attendees and different business owners. It always amazes me of the different levels of awareness of actually where the finances are at. I think the regular Joe Blow can sometimes have the blinkers on and not have a realistic idea of how much money you actually need to retire on comfortably for 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the retirement age, sort of slightly being stretched out, but also, advances in medical technologies, we now know that the average lifespan is getting longer. So we're going to spend actually a lot longer in retirement than perhaps our parents and our grandparents. So we've got to be financially prepared.
It's a lot of cruising.
It is a lot of cruising. It is,
yeah, we do. It's always interesting for me to hear, when you do the numbers, you actually do the sums, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it can be a little bit frightening.
Yeah. So on the back of that then, you guys, I had a really interesting comment that you said while we were shooting the show, which was around the saleability of your type of business and how you've managed to increase that from a 1-to-1 ratio to was it a 3-to-1 ratio, or because of the systems and the processes that you've set up. Can you just explain that a little bit more for me?
Yeah,
I might
sure.
have the figures wrong there.
Yeah. So probably not quite 3-to-1. Like I said, in terms of mortgage broking books, the sale of the business, which is basically sort of like the trail book and the strength of the business, can range from 1 times to perhaps 2.5 times, depending on the quality of the book. Now, when I say the quality of the book, it's the quality of the clients that are being managed. But not only that, it's the systems that are in place to keep in touch with clients, to do yearly reviews, how many times a client is touch base with during the year. So whether that's anniversaries of the loan, whether it's their birthdays, it's got to be meaningful touch points. So if those systems are in place and they're being managed well, and there's constant communication with the client, then of course that's going to make the client stickier. to you in your business, which ultimately for a future purchaser, that's a lot more attractive and adds value.
So I just found it was a really interesting statistic. My ears perked up, you know. So you guys have really systemized and automated your business, and you continue to do so. Because that's a skill set that you were bringing, amongst others. You're obviously an entrepreneur and a business owner of your own, but to bring that skill set into the business doctor series.
Yeah, so one of the things when you sort of highlighted the four, I suppose, specialties, that was sort of interest to us being involved in the show, because we find that, just to coin a phrase, you can have complex systems to make life easy, and that's what we're trying to achieve. Personally, Belinda and I want to be able to travel for 3 months a year, and in order to do that, we've got to have really robust systems and processes in place. So for us, we're consistently sort of evolving those and stress testing them and making sure that they can work well for us. But that's one of the things sort of we do quite strongly is the way we engage with our customers, and then also the way that we manage our business. It's built around some strong processes and systems.
Which just makes all the difference. And hearing your input into the series and the actual dissection was really, really great. And I find I've been working with business owners for a long time in the past. Systems and processes tend to be the last thing that we worry about. You know,
they do.
It's only there when the proverbial hits something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got to put my hand up there. Look, I left the bank 3.5 years ago, and it was just get in, right the business, get going, and sort of 18 months down the track, I was like, where am I? I need to systemize here, and I have to say, thank you to my lovely wife Leila for coming in, and her input into the business has been phenomenal, and I wouldn't have been able to have grown the business to where it is today without her help, and certainly with what we're doing into the future, she's been a great part of that.